Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new year. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope we all enjoyed our holidays and we are back to begin our life journey. A lot of persons have been finding it so difficult in choosing a skill for themselves. Some persons have been asking in my DMs what kind of skill can they choose, how can they be successful at it, and all. Some persons are even confused on a particular skill to choose. So if you fall into this kind of category, you don't have a tech background and you're finding it difficult in choosing a skill, this very video is for you. I'm going to give you points or teach you how to choose a digital skill and succeed at it. The number one thing you need to do when choosing a skill is this. You need to first ask yourself, why do I need this skill? That is the number one question. That is the number one point. Why do you necessarily need this skill? There are so many people do a particular thing for different reasons. That's why you need to ask yourself, why do I need this skill? Or do you want to do because other people are doing? Do I need it to upscale my business? Do I need it to improve my brand? Do I need it to learn myself? You might have finished asking yourself the reason why you need the skill and you answered the question yourself. It will now take us to the next point, which is researching about these skills. You need to research about these skills. There are so many digital skills. There are so many of it. So you really need to pick at least like 10 or 5 of it and research about these skills. The reason why you need to research about these skills is because their coursework, know what they entail, know their work background, the tools that are needed to learn this particular skill. You need to learn all this. You need to research. That's why you need to research about these skills to know what the tools that is needed in order to succeed at learning this skill. Know the background, know things about the skill, know their framework, their coursework. After you might have researched about this skill, it will now take us to the third point, which is matching the skills to your strengths and abilities. Let's be honest to ourselves. There is no one that came into this earth being a software developer, being a virtual assistant, being a fashion designer, name any skill or talent you can talk about. The only thing is that people know that they have eye for creativity and decided to explore it in order to achieve the very name that you're seeing today. So we all have our natural strength. God has given it to us. That you are not good with calculation does not mean you are not intelligent. No, not at all. We all have our natural strengths and abilities. So what you need to do is, that's why I said in number two, you really need to research about this skill to know what they entail, know their course frame, their coursework, know the tools that are needed in learning this very skill. Then after that, you now match them to your natural abilities and strengths. Imagine, for instance, you are not good with calculation. Then you now go and choose a skill that requires 80% calculation. You see that you definitely flop at that very skill. But when you are good with a particular, maybe you are good with calculation and you now choose a skill that requires 80% calculation, it will be very, very easy for you. Imagine you are not good at writing and you go and choose a skill that requires 80% writing. You will definitely flop at it. You will never flow. Don't choose skill because other people are choosing. That's why I say you need to research about this skill to know their coursework, know at least 80% what is needed in order to learn or achieve success in that very skill. Then after you might have finished researching, you now match it to your natural strength and ability, what you know naturally. Because when you match a particular skill to your natural strength and ability, it will be very, very easy for you to work. It will be very, very easy for you to succeed in that very skill. Because learning the skill now, it will not look like you are pursuing your passion, your dream, your goal and all. But when you choose a skill because people are doing it and it does not match your strength and ability, my dear, it will be very, very difficult for you to even concentrate on that or even achieve anything from that very skill. You definitely stop on the long run. After matching these skills to your natural strength and ability. The next, it will now take us to the next point, which is the number 4 point. Pick a skill that is in high demand, especially if you are learning a skill to land yourself a job. Go for the one that is high in demand. You cannot tell me that out of 10, or there are so many skills. You cannot tell me that out of 50 skills that at least 5 cannot match your strength and ability. You even have more than that matches your strength and ability. So you now go for what? Pick the one that is high in demand. So that after learning it, it will be very, very easy for you to do what? To get a job. It will be very, very easy for you to get a job. Not after learning, you will be stuck with your skill. So go for a skill that is high in demand. Then after you might have picked the one that is high in demand, it now takes us to the next point, the 5th point, which is go for a paid course. Go for a paid course. I know a lot of people will be like, what if I don't have money? What if that? Learning, anything about learning, you need to sacrifice. But even if you don't have money, there are still ways you can do it. But let's talk about going for a paid course. Going for a paid course will help you very well, especially when you don't have an experience. It will give you a structured framework. You will know how to put A and B together to get something out of it. But a situation whereby you are just a newbie, how can you assemble materials online in order to get something out of it? It will take you a tougher time. It will take you a very longer period. But when you go for a paid course, you have a structured framework where they teach you step by step on what the skills entail. And also, going for a paid course will also help you to be focused and motivated, because each time you remember how much you paid, the money you paid, you'll be motivated to keep on pushing. I remember when I enrolled for a skill, at some point I wanted to quit, but one of the things that kept me going was the money I paid. Each time I look at the amount I paid for that very skill, motivated me to do what? To keep on learning. So you need to pay for a course. Go for a paid course in order to do what? In order to achieve your aim. A paid course will give you a structured framework for learning. And also it will also help you with a mentorship, because when you are learning, when someone is there to teach you about a particular skill you've chosen, the person, you can always run back to the person whenever you are confused or so. You can always call the person for clarification and all. But in a situation whereby you don't have money for paid courses, you can still get knowledge from online, from free materials. But one thing about free materials is that it will take you a longer time to arrive at your journey. It will take you a very long time, especially when you don't have a background knowledge. It will take you a very long. A lot of people that started with free materials, they as in what they know today is as a result of free material. But free materials will take you a very long time to achieve. It is not wrong, but the only thing is that you need to be over focused to achieve something out of it. That's why going for a paid course will be very easy, because paid course will make your journey shorter, but free materials will make your journey longer. But anyone that you choose to do, just be focused. You definitely achieve. Be determined. You definitely achieve your goal. So if you don't have money for paid courses, you can start with free courses. One thing, if some people will say, what about online materials that we drop? Essence of online material is just to guide as an assistant tool, not really for you to learn. Online materials is just for free materials. Online is just for people that already have the knowledge, and maybe they are stuck at some point. They can equally refer to online materials to help them come out of whatever it is, whatever the problem is. But when you don't have a background knowledge, how will you even know the one that is the starting point? How will you even know the one that is the closing point? But even if you don't have money, I'm not, you think I'm trying to discourage them. I'm not trying to discourage anyone. You can still learn online. You can still learn with free materials. The only thing that you just need to be focused. Thank God for ChatGPT. You can equally use ChatGPT. At least you ask ChatGPT the step by step on how to learn. Then you go online to source for material. But mind you, online will never give you 100% of what is required. So if you have the money, go for paid courses. If you don't have money, save up money and go for paid courses. It will definitely help. You can start practicing with free tools. When you get money, enroll for a paid course. It will definitely do you more good. My dear, don't be scared. Pick any skill. You can definitely do it. The people doing it, they don't have two heads. If I can do it, you too can. No, they don't have two heads. The ones doing the software developer, the virtual assistant, the graphic designer, they don't have two heads. They are human beings like you. The only thing is that they decided to explore their brain, acquire those skills, and they are good at it. So don't be afraid that you cannot do it because you don't know calculation. There are skills that do not require calculation. You go for it. You are not good with writing, you are good with calculation. There are skills that do not require writing, they require only calculation. Go for it. You are not good with designs. You are good at with design, but you're not good with. There are so many skills for everybody. The sky is big enough for everyone to fly. So let nobody discourage you. Pick one skill, you can do it. Don't be afraid. I know some people will be like, how can I do it? My dear, there is nothing there. The only thing you just be determined, be focused, pay rapt attention, and always be available to practice, because you really need to practice. Out is being able to solve problem. It doesn't matter where you are from. One thing about digital skill is that they don't even care about your certificates, but they don't care about what the digital world care about is what problem can you solve. That is just what the digital world care about. So pick any skill, learn it. I'm rooting for you. I am here rooting for you. You can do it. You don't need the people doing. They don't have 10 brains. They don't have 100 brains. So you can do it. If other people can do it, you and I can equally do it. So pick any skill, pick any good skill and embark on it. You definitely do what achieve something out of it. Thank you so much. I believe that I've been able to help someone come out of a confusion. I believe I've been able to motivate someone to pick a skill today. Thank you so much for watching. Do well to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm always here rooting for you. See you at the top. Thank you. Bye.